Hi there. So, this is it. I'm here, and I'm actually doing this. I guess you could say I had a pretty normal life. And I would do the same thing nearly every day. I'd get up, eat, go to school, come home, eat, and then bed. It was all pretty boring and very much the same until I met
Rose. That's what we decided to call me. He said I was
beautiful. She really was. But she said she hurt people. So we decided
on Rose because of all the thorns, but also
because of the petals, the smoothness she had, the way she sort of changed as time went by. But she was
gone before he got to know me. I did find him very interesting. It was like
going into a quiet bookshop, she said. She'd found a book
bound in a charming cover, big golden letters. It'd be so intriguing. And his name was my favourite. His name was
Marv. I didn't see what was so special about it. No one had ever commented on it.
For me. But I guess you'll want to know what happened and why.
Left. She said one day that she had to go, and I haven't seen her since.
I told him that I'd finished my carton of
milk. I didn't think she was being serious.
But I was being serious. I really liked milk, but I knew on that day when I first met Marv that it'd be my last carton before
she had to go. So, this is the story of my time with Rose.
And I guess this is the story of my time with Marv.
I was walking home. It was a Thursday afternoon, and I was doing my head in. If a tree falls in a forest, and nobody's around to hear it, does it make a sound? I can't remember why it was in my head, only that it was, and it was bothering me. And I was so lost in my own thoughts that I almost didn't hear her.
Hi, excuse me. Up here, hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Marv.
Marv.
Yes.
I have a question for you, Marv.
Yes?
No, my question is, if a tree falls in a forest and nobody's around to hear it,
does it make a sound?
what do you think?
I think yes. It seems perfectly obvious that the tree would make a sound.
But how do you know?
Well, when a tree falls, it makes a sound.
We only know that because whenever we've heard a tree fall, we've been around it.
But it just makes sense.
Does it? I mean, does it make sense that I'm up here and you're down there?
Why are you up there?
Why are you walking alone through a forest thinking about trees?
So I helped her down, and that's
when he asked me my name, and I told him
that she didn't have a name. How can someone not have a name? Everyone does. I think she didn't want
to tell him because I hurt people, and I really didn't want to hurt him.
So what are you doing anyway?
Just bought some milk. I think it's going to be my last carton though, and it's a shame because I do like it.
Well, if you liked it so much, why would it be your last?
I don't know. I have something I want to show you, Marv.
But I don't know you.
Then you should be excited.
She started to run, and I followed her. I don't know why, it was very different. That's what it was, different. But she was interesting, and for some reason I was running after her. It was as though we were magnets and she was pulling me in. Not like love. Something different to love. And the more I think about it, the more I can't explain it. And that day she showed me more than I'd seen in my whole life. She didn't just show me the surroundings I'd missed. She showed me places in my mind I never knew existed. It was only one day, but it felt like a lifetime, and not like the lifetime when you're waiting for pizza to be delivered or for Christmas to come. The kind of lifetime, kind of forever, where you know you could look into their eyes until time itself ended and you know you would never cease to be happy. But I still didn't know Rose. I saw her 3 days in a row, and it wasn't until the fourth that she told me one of her personal thoughts. One of the thoughts that wasn't to make me think. One of her thoughts that was solely hers. one not to share.
Marv, one day I'm going to go on an adventure, but not an adventure conducted by me for once. It'll be conducted by the world, and it'll share all of its secrets with me. I can't wait for that day.
And it will no doubt be the best adventure of your life.
Well, it'll certainly be one of the most memorable, but life itself will be my best adventure.
I was just thinking that.
What do you want?
What do you mean?
Well, out of anything in the world, anything in your life, what do you want to happen, to see, to do, to achieve? What do you want the world to achieve? It's a very big question.
Well, I don't know. I guess I just don't want to care what people think about me. I want a friend that's always there, a constant. I want the world to not be so rooted in money. There's no rich or poor, everyone's on an equal playing field. I want the world to be happy, free from depression and eating disorders and psychotic murderers. I guess in an ideal world I want to be without a worry. And I wish there was escalators that could take you to the moon and you could breathe in space. That's something for scientists to think about in the next 50 years.
That's a good bunch of things to want.
What do you want?
Lunch. I like you a lot, Marv.
I like you a lot too.
I'm gonna really miss you.
Why? Where are you going?
Well, I'm not sure yet, but my milk's a little over halfway gone.
The milk thing.
Yeah.
I only saw her twice after that, and the last time we saw each other...
It's something I will never forget for my whole life.
Marv, I have something to tell you, and I need you to promise me that you'll stick by it.
Yes, Rose?
Marv, people will always tell you that you can't have, see, or do things that you want.
Yeah.
No, shh, I don't have much time. I just want you to know that it's all a scam. It's important to remember where you've been, and it's important to remember where you're going, but it's even more important to remember where you are, and to love it. You never know. You might never be there again, and you wouldn't want to miss a single second of it. I finished my milk this morning. It was the nicest cup of tea I've had in my whole life. And now I have to go.
I didn't understand. I didn't understand why I'd met her, where she had come from, or where she had gone. It was all beyond me. And I wish I'd have listened when she talked about that milk. It was just so obscure it didn't sit in my head as it should have. I guess that taught me something in itself. I knew that I'd never be the same again. I'd question everything, just like Rose did. I just broke down when I saw the empty milk carton when I got home. She'd never been to my house before. She'd always just known things. And there was a message attached to the bottle.
Dear Marv, people are always dwelling on the past or striving for the future. Just remember that you're in it right now, and I love you.
But what about the world?
The boy asked.
What if it isn't how we anticipate it to be? The girl smiled.
Yes, what if it isn't? The boy shook his head in confusion.
How are you smiling? The world is so big. What if we get lost?
I'm smiling because there isn't anything to frown about.
The girl, already so lost in her own thoughts, laughed sweetly.
The world is very big. You'll most certainly get lost.
But what if I don't want to get lost?
Then don't.
The girl watched the boy as his head swirled down the drain pipe of utter confusion.
Just don't think about it too much.
And with that, the girl left.
And the boy never saw her again. Except for in his dreams.
She always waited for him there.